Awesome Women's Retreat webinar. Jane, all yours.
Thank you very much. Hopefully you can all hear me okay, and Lorna's in the driving seat for the slides. So I will stop trying to click my mouse because obviously that's not going to work. It's really, really lovely to see you here this evening. Thanks for joining us. We're so excited to be doing this launch webinar with you. We were expecting a third host, but sadly Carrie-Ann has been she's finally succumbed to COVID. So she's been diagnosed with COVID. So she is rightly wrapped up under her duvet, possibly watching reruns of Bridgerton, I'm not sure, but she's definitely where she needs to be and taking it easy. So we are going to take you through the webinar this evening, and there will be lots of other opportunities to meet and find out more about Carrie-Ann. So I'm Jane Galloway, and I am the founder of Quiet the Hive, and I am also 1/3 of the fabulous Awesome Women, which is wonderful. And I'm really excited to be able to talk a bit more about how we came about. So Carrie-Ann, Lorna and I are the Awesome Women trio. We have our own businesses. Lorna will tell you a little bit about hers. I'll tell you a bit about Carrie-Ann's. And we created this out of a desire to work together. So all three of us really strongly believe in the power of tribe, in the power of collaboration, and also we're really good friends as well. So we wanted the opportunity to do something brilliant. What we absolutely are passionate about is helping women to really unlock their potential. And we do that in our own way through our business, but we've come together to create the Awesome Women's Retreat because we think we've got a special blend of skills that can really help power you forward with your business. And we want to tell you a bit more about that retreat as we go along. So let me tell you a bit more about me and about Quiet the Hive. So I set up Quiet the Hive a couple of years ago after having a week of conversations with women who were constantly apologising for taking up space, who had no confidence, who felt that they didn't believe that they should be where they were and weren't worthy of where they were. And I thought, well, stuff that, I've had enough of it, and I need to help these women recognise how incredible they are, because they were the sort of women that you sit in front of and you think, you're awesome. What are you doing talking in this way about yourself? You're incredible. And so hence Quiet the Hive, and hence my absolute passion to help women unlock their potential through really getting to grips with people's mindsets, self-belief, really hammering that inner critic and learning how to live with her and tapping into your inner mentor. And so that's me, and I am 1/3 of Awesome. The next third is Carrianne Wade. Carrianne unfortunately can't be here today. Carrianne is a director in the NHS. I also have a day job in the NHS. She's director of comms in the NHS, but more importantly, she is founder of Pajamas, an incredible communications company. And she is our brand and socials master. So she will help you to really tap into brand you and to work out where you want to come from when you're talking about your business, what is going to resonate with your clients, why it's important. Carrie-Ann does incredible work through mentoring communications professionals, and also her whole ethos is around collaboration. So she tries to connect people to each other in pursuit of their work. And then the third of the Awesome Women's trio is...
It's me, Lorna Reeves. I'm the founder director of MyOhMy Events. MyOhMy Events is my second company. In a previous life, I worked in the Met Police, and I did 15 years in forensics, and decided I'd had enough one day and actually launched a company called MyOhMy Weddings, which is an LGBT wedding planning company. And you can imagine how well weddings are doing at the moment. So March 2020, MyOhMy Events was bubbling away, ticking over, doing lots of face-to-face business events with companies. So we'd run conferences, seminars and that sort of thing. And this year has catapulted in a way that I couldn't have imagined as we've moved into the online space. So my main focus for Awesome is really helping with business strategy. So taking everything that I've learned over the past 3 to 4 years and developing strategy with women so that they can build their businesses with confidence and clarity. So that is my addition. And yeah, we're doing okay. And I'd just like to take you through a couple more things that really help you understand what awesome is all about, and particularly the Awesome Women's Retreat. So we work with a variety of women. So either you might have a business idea and you're struggling with where to start. So it might be a side hustle at the moment and you've got a day job. You might have a business, but it's feeling like an expensive hobby and you really want to take it to the next level and make it comfortably and predictably profitable. That's really hard to say. Or you might feel, as some of our women do, that they are entrepreneurs, but they're very much solopreneurs and they're doing this alone. And I'd be really interested, actually, if you could find your chat button. It may be on the bottom toolbar if you're on a laptop. It may be in your More button. And I wonder if you could tell us which of those resonates with you most. And it could be one of them, it could be all of them. So number one, you've got a business idea. Number two, you've got a business and you want to make it more profitable. Or number three, you're feeling like you're alone. So I wonder, and maybe Jane could field some of those for me, which resonates with you.
So we've got a 2. So already established business. We've got a 2 and a 3. So again, an established business and someone who's looking for some peers, perhaps feels a bit alone in their business. And I think that when you're an entrepreneur, whether that's a side hustle or whether that's your full-on absolute concentration and day job, I think you can often feel like you're slightly isolated and doing this alone. We absolutely believe you shouldn't have to feel like you're doing it alone. We've got another 2 there in the chat box as well. So definitely 2 is coming through as a theme.
Brilliant, brilliant. Good to know. As we go through the session, I'd love to introduce you to a couple of people who are stalwarts of our communities, who we're really proud of having them as clients, but also now having them as friends. This is Sarah. I'll let you have a look through what she has to say, but she has a business. She's a very successful now yoga company, and she, since joining us on the retreat, is finding new ways to pivot and grow her business. But I feel, and I'd be interested in your thoughts, Jane, but the biggest shift in Sarah has actually been in her mindset, in her self-belief and confidence. Watching her grow over the last 6 months has been fairly amazing.
Absolutely, it really has. I think the thing that changed for Sarah was her absolute belief that she could do it, and that she had a business that people would be drawn towards. And we know that sometimes one of the fears that we have is that the space is filled by lots of people doing the same thing. Yoga, absolutely, so many people are interested in that, and I think a lot of people have gone online over lockdown. But what Sarah does she's really grown into herself in terms of grabbing that business and making it about her. So she is her USP. She is the thing that's different about her business, and she is the reason that people go to her for business. And I think that she's really tapped into her self-belief around that. Absolutely.
Amazing. So we have sat and pondered some more and had some good quality thinking time, sometimes accompanied with a glass of fizz. But we as a collective have distilled down what we think are the main elements of having a kick-ass female founded business. And the first thing is to have clarity as to who you serve, and have that vision really clearly in your mind, so that every time you write a piece of content, every time you speak to a camera, every time you speak to a potential client, you can envisage who your target customer, who your target client, and who you serve is. Our second really important foundation piece is to have a vision and a plan for your business, so that you can make decisions, and every decision, whether it's to spend £5 on a new piece of software or whether to do a deal with a corporate company, you make those decisions with your business plan in mind, so you can really establish some strong decision-making criteria when you're choosing where to go and what to do next with your business. Are you moving in the right direction, in alignment with your goals and your financial planning? Your third pillar is to find a way to communicate with your target audience, and not just talk at people, but really talk in a way that hits them in the gut, that really makes people sit up and say, wow, what Victoria said, that's me. Or wow, Felicia, I feel like she's inside my head. She can see exactly what I'm thinking. And doing that takes some time and it takes practice, but we feel that once you've nailed it, you'll have a steady stream of potential clients and work coming your way, because you'll be speaking in a sound way to your target clients. And then the fourth pillar, which I actually think should probably be at the top, and I might switch around for the next one, is an awareness of your own strength and confidence. And not just a belief that you can do it, but you know that you can do it. In your core being, you know that your vision for your business is sound, and you know your ability is even more sound. And it's actually you and your self-belief that will make your business fly. And in fact, you are the only person that puts limitations on where you can go and what you can do next. So with those in mind, we took a look at creating the Awesome Women's Retreat. And if you are part of the Facebook community, you'll see a little bit of the Awesome Women's Retreat bubbling around. If you're not yet part of the Facebook community, give us a wave in the chat and we can definitely add you to the Facebook community. And you can see a little bit around what we did at last year's retreat. But I'd love to show you what we've got lined up for you in May with those 4 pillars kind of in the back of our heads. In the retreat, we take you away from real life for 2.5 days, so 2 nights in beautiful countryside, and we pick the location to be travelable and not too arduous a journey, but to be away, not to be in a city, and to have peace and tranquility around you, to escape the normal day-to-day routine, whatever that is for you. We do have 4 amazing masterclasses. We open up with pitch and post it on the Friday night, which gets people getting to know each other, but really helps you talk about who your target client is and start to get clear on that. We then uncover your awesome on the Saturday, and we move into our workshops, and actually it's a fairly full-on weekend. So we uncover your awesome with Jane. And we talk a lot about mindset. We then brand yourself awesome. So we talk about your values, your business values, and your personal brand with Carrie-Ann. And then we plan your awesome. So I take you through your business planning. We almost write you a business plan. We give you the tools for your executive summary, so that you could pitch something if you wanted to in the future, but mostly you walk away with tools that you need. We are on hand for the entire weekend. I've just noticed Jane's dropped out. That probably means her boys are just starting to play around on YouTube, but I'll carry on and bring Jane back in when she lands. Jane, Carrie-Ann and I are available for the entire weekend. We sit and have impromptu chats with everybody on the retreat, so if something comes up for you in a masterclass, we can go over it again. If you want, if you've got a bit of a blockage or something's triggered for you in one of the sessions, we can sit and work through those. We are way more than just classes as well. We all have pre-retreat calls with each one of our people that come onto our retreats, so that we can find out a bit about you, a bit about your business, what your blockers are, and then we actually adapt the retreat and the content for the retreat around your needs. We also give you, and we usually sell it for around about £100, but we give you access to an online program. So you can start to do some pre-work, so that you can start to dig a little bit into some of these areas, so that you come to the retreat fired up, pre-prepared, and we're all kind of roughly in the same ballpark. Some people might be further ahead on their business journey, but we're in the same realms when it comes to content for the weekend. We also love a goodie bag, so there's always lovely treats. Jane is nodding vehemently. We really love goodie bags. and a secret insider, we all really love stationery as well, complete stationery addicts. We also find that we don't want you to finish the retreat and just walk away and that's it, you're done. So we follow up with post-retreat coaching calls. So you will set objectives and you'll set targets and goals before you leave the retreat on the Sunday, and we'll be following up with you with a coaching call afterwards. And then you also get access to our alumni group, which is a pretty powerful place to be. We've got people testing out new ideas, testing product launches, proofreading each other's content. The accountability groups are super strong in there. It's a really incredible group to be in. Jane, did you want to say something there?
I just want to add, it's really, so what Lorna said is right. It's incredibly active, and what's beautiful about it is it's a safe space to test stuff out as well. So all of the ideas and initiatives you put in place over the weekend, the things you leave wanting to enact, these guys will keep you accountable, but they will also give you a safe space to test stuff out. So if you're thinking, I just have no idea how to make an Instagram reel, has anyone done this before? That's the place to say it. If I'm thinking about pivoting with the name and I'm not sure whether this is right, that's the place to test it out. It's a really supportive and active community to be part of.
Thank you. And it doesn't just stop there. No retreat would be a retreat without really good food. And we're really excited to have a new catering partner this year. So we'll be getting fed from dawn till dusk pretty much. And it's really good, wholesome food. We also lay on a few wellness activities that are completely optional. So if you fancy a bit of a stretch and some yoga in the mornings, or you want to just go and explore the grounds, you want to go and do a 10-mile run before breakfast, whatever it is you want to do. Fiona's laughing. I think she fancies a 10-mile run before breakfast.
Also, I'd just like to point out, I won't be doing the 10-mile run option. That's
okay.
I'm going for a short one.
Whatever you want to do in that time that makes you feel whole and invigorated is absolutely fine. We also pencil in some relaxing time as well. So if you've had enough of being around everybody and you want to go and read your book or have a soak in the tub, or you just want to get started on some of the ideas that have been prompted, you can absolutely do that as well. So it's pretty jam-packed 2.5 days. And my slides are being really slow. So by the end of the weekend, thinking about those 4 pillars of a fundamental business that we had, we want you to walk away from the weekend feeling empowered, but we also guarantee that you'll walk away with clarity around who you serve in your business, that you'll feel empowered in your mindset, and that you'll have tools that you have not only used to smash through barriers in that weekend, but also to continue using as you go forward. You'll have a really clear identity of your brand, a clear brand identity, your values, and how to communicate that to your target clients. You'll have your business plan and a clear vision for where you're going. And all of these things are a continual learning process and developing and tweaking. And then you'll also have a group of like-minded women. So not only the other 10 women that you'll be meeting on the weekend, but the whole of the Facebook group as well, joining the alumni. Just means you've got a whole group of women who have got your back from here on out. If you make it over to our Facebook group, you'll definitely know Jolie, and she's phenomenal. She's absolutely incredible. She didn't know her own worth and value, I think it's fair to say, before the retreat, and now she's absolutely flying. She has launched her business, the Find Your Flow weekends, which have sold out. She's making phenomenal strides in her area of work. She's finally found the courage to approach publishers, and she's got a contract to publish her second book that she'd been faffing around with for ages, but she finally broke through some barriers and got that done. If you want to loiter and lurk in the Facebook group, definitely have a little stalk of Jolie. Some of the content that she puts out there is evolving really, really rapidly, but in response to what is working for her target audience. So she's definitely one to pinch ideas from and learn from as you go.
And she uses the accountability group as well. So her particular group of buddies, so we'll match you with an accountability group, and she uses that, and their group is really strong and push each other forward to make brave steps, which is just phenomenal.
So that's a little bit about Jolie. Obviously, the bit that everybody gets uncomfortable about, and me particularly, because I'd love to do this for free, is the investment. So we have a range of different packages to suit various budgets. And all of the packages include all of the masterclasses, all of the pre-work, the post-work, and all of the catering and drinks for the weekend. So it depends on whether you fancy being alone. We have a single occupancy double rate, and we have a twin room as well, which can keep costs down a little bit, but also means if you want to come with a friend or you want to make a new friend on the weekend, you absolutely can. And new for 2021, we have launched the VIP package. Which is everything we mentioned before, plus early arrival on the Friday, so it's early access to us and early settling in. We'll also gift you 2 extra coaching sessions with either of us that will last an hour each. So not only will you be able to pick up some of the accountability that pledges that you've made to yourselves, but we'll keep checking in with you. And we can shift those coaching groups depending on what you need for your business going forwards. We've teamed up with an award-winning photographer and she's agreed to do you a set of headshots or some images to go with your branding collateral. So you walk away from the weekend not only being able to communicate with your audience, but you have a visual representation of who you are and who your brand is as well. And Gemma Brunton, check her out. Feel free to Google her. She's absolutely phenomenal. And Jane, she's done all of your brand shots, hasn't she?
She has. So anything you see from Quiet the Hive, all of the ones that look very professional, those are Gemma's. But the beauty of her is she spends time getting to know who you are, who your business is, what your values are, and she gets to grip with that so quickly, so that what she represented to me was absolutely what I said I wanted Quiet the Hive to feel like when people accessed it. So yeah, she's absolutely worthy of her awards, that's for sure.
Amazing. And we are offering a special treat for those VIPs. We are going to do a post-retreat masterclass. So a little while after the retreat itself, we'll let those ideas percolate and let you put some of them into action. And then we'll be doing a level up masterclass. So kind of taking things to the next level and building on what you've learned in the retreat. Go on, Jane.
And that will be available at cost to our alumni, but you will get that included as part of this package.
And the value of that VIP package is 1,679, but we are negotiating that down to 1,250, so which is incredible value compared to the double room, which is 950, and to get all of that extra for only a couple of £100 more. VIP packages are complete. Jane.
So we wanted to give you a little bit of a flavour of the impact that we have absolutely had for people who have been on this weekend. And I'm not going to be shy about it because it really is phenomenal. It's been described as life-changing. It has really had incredible impact in different ways for people who've come on this weekend. So Lynn here talks about a journey of discovery and self-belief. Lynn had 3 fledgling ideas and is now flying with those. So Lynn has actually partnered with Joe to put on one of the Infinite Pathways weekends, the Find Flow weekends. So from this retreat, they've also made incredible business connections as well as personal connections. Joe, we've introduced you to already, and she's talked about the confidence that she's got and the toolkit that she's continuing to access. Nikki, you may have heard me interview Nikki on my podcast. If you haven't, please go listen to it. She is just phenomenal. She has been through, I'm gonna swear, I'm sorry, but she has been through the shittiest time in the past couple of years and has just blown people away with where she has ended up. And she is now taking the inspiration from the struggles that she went through to launch her business and making huge impact. And she's found a network of women invaluable to helping her do that. And Jenny, I love that she just nails what we're trying to create, which is a kick-ass environment. So we want you to feel safe, supported, encouraged, but we also want to stretch you. We want to make you feel challenged because, and you'll hear me talk about this a lot on the weekend, you don't grow within your comfort zone. You have to move out of your comfort zone to grow and to develop. And so that is what this weekend will give you. We will push you outside of your comfort zone, but in a safe space where it's good to test and try things out.
Amazing. Now I'd love to show you a real quick video that we pulled together as a result of the last retreat. And it's our now friends that we were working with on the weekend. You will hear in the background of some of the people being interviewed, lots of cackling, lots of laughing, but I think that's part of the beauty of it. But let me introduce you to a few of the people that we met and worked with in October. Please do let me know with big waves if you can't hear anything, but fingers crossed you can.
My biggest takeaway from this weekend is that it's manageable, that once you've got the tips and tools and you've got kind of bite-sized chunks of what to do next and what the journey will look like, suddenly becomes much more possible.
My biggest takeaway from the weekend is meeting an incredibly supportive, talented group of women who are all eager to build each other up.
It's been so helpful for me to start thinking about how to structure the way I need to work for my business.
I thought I'd started my journey, but since I've been here, it has literally taken me to that next level that I really, really needed.
You can expect to be inspired, to be energised.
If some people are actually further ahead, you're going to learn a lot from them. And it will just unblock some of those barriers and help you think differently about what you're trying to do.
You are bound to meet some people that resonate with you, that are completely different to you, and share ideas.
You'll be surrounded by people who are in a similar place to you.
As much as you're working, you're also playing and making bonds and connections with incredible women.
If someone's not sure whether to come to this weekend, I would guarantee that they absolutely should.
Once you are here, you will not regret it.
It's been a really, really fab weekend. Awesome even.
Just pick up the phone or get on the website, book yourself a place.
Put your big girl pants on and just go for it and enjoy it.
And you will go home and feel like you have renewed energy and insight into how to develop yourself and develop your business in a way that you will find utterly invaluable.
It still gives me shivers every time I see that video. Just amazing. And that gives you, if that makes you feel as shivery as it did me, it gives you a sense of what it feels like to be there. So that buzz in the background, Lorna's absolutely right. That was on, those were recorded on the Saturday evening. People had spent all day giving everything in the masterclasses and they were buzzing. They weren't exhausted, they were just buzzing. It was fantastic. So as a thank you for being here with us live, I am going to put into the chat room, if with Lorna's permission, I'm just going to drop into the chat the booking link because I think you deserved it from being here. Bookings are going to be open at 9 p.m. tonight. Now, let me tell you that the number of people in the waiting list absolutely almost triples the number of places there are that are available to book. We will be running this again, so there will be the opportunity to attend if you don't get a place this time, but I suggest that if you're at all tempted, you want to book your place as soon as possible. Bookings open at 9 p.m. tonight. However, for you, you've got that link. You can go and book your place now and secure it. We would like to offer you the chance to ask any questions you have. If there's anything you're not sure about, if there's anything you want to know more about, here we are. Ask us. We'd love to hear those questions. And we hope that you've got a sense of the impact, the fun, and what you get as an ongoing community if you join us for this weekend. So if you do have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat room, or if you'd like to unmute and just come on, that would be fine as well. So I will hand over to you guys. Of course, you may all be rushing off to click the link and book your place now, in which case that's fine too. Fab.
No question. Fiona.
So can you hear me all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what sort of businesses are the ladies that are in your group already involved in?
So we have a huge range. So we have Jo, who's the adventure coach, she would probably describe herself as, and author. We have a photographer. We have yoga professionals. We have caterers. We have wellness advocates. We have people who are doing specific training around CBT and using cognitive behavioral therapies. We have someone who does SUP coaching, so stand-up paddleboard coaching, and environmental impact. So there's a range of different businesses there. There's also a weddings, I was going to say coordinator. She wouldn't describe herself as weddings coordinator. She brings together different businesses within weddings, connects them to themselves and to clients to grow and expand their businesses as well. So there's a real range and mix actually of people who have been involved in the weekends.
And all at different stages. Some are starting out. Gemma, she's had her business for 10 years
plus
and ready to level up. So really lots of different skill sets, lots of different strength areas. So some people that are really flying in social media probably are lacking in other areas. And it was really interesting to see the seesaw of skill set and strengths.
And some people with side hustles, so having a day job of something else and doing this on the side, and some people where this was what they wanted to focus on, this was their business, this was the thing they did. So a real range.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.
Felicia, Victoria, anything you want to ask?
I don't think so. I think it's all been answered. Thank you. I'm very excited about it.
Well, we are too. Do you know what? Genuine buzz. It's so much fun. It's hard work, and you get out what you put in. So don't be under any illusions that if you want to get stuff from this, you can come and you can not attend the classes and you can have a lovely time and you can leave all of your worries behind, and that will be super, but you won't get as much out of it. If you come and put everything into it, you will get everything out of it. But the beautiful thing is it lasts longer than the weekend. And that's what we're seeing through the connections of the women who've been on the weekend. It's just, it's there for as long as you need it to be.
Yeah. And I just feel that even, I haven't obviously been on a weekend, but just the community of like the Hive community on Instagram and Facebook, I really think that's really powerful. Yeah, as it is. So yeah, I think it's great.
Thank you, Victoria. That's lovely to know.
We're as excited to put it on. We get really hyped up on the run up to it. We can barely sleep just because we're excited mostly.
I wonder whether it's worth as well. So we should probably just say something about the huge elephant, which is currently sitting on Carrie-Ann, which is the COVID situation. Oh, yeah. So we do have backup plans. So I believe, in fact, we could probably, I can't remember the date off the top of my head. We've got another date decided. I think it's the first weekend in October. If for any reason this can't go ahead because of the COVID situation, and we are absolutely diligent and strict around the rules. So when we did the retreat, we got it in by the skin on our teeth before a lockdown came, but we had plans in place. We discussed everything with our insurance to make sure that we were doing everything correctly. We had discussions with the venues. They cleaned, deep cleaned, we double deep cleaned. There was social distancing in place, everything. So we absolutely put that first. So if you book your place and we have to cancel because of COVID, we have a backup plan. So that is not hopefully an issue. And I'm hoping by May, everyone is feeling a lot better with the inoculations. My dad has got his booked on Thursday. He's very excited. So please be assured that we put your safety absolutely at the forefront. So it's important to mention that, I think.
And all of those COVID rules, restrictions, assurances are all in the booking procedure as well. So if there's anything that you read and think, I'm not sure what that is, just reach out and I'm happy to walk you through it. We also have assurances that if, heaven forbid, you get struck down by the dreaded sea in the run up to, we've got contingencies for that as well.
Yes. Fab.
Amazing.
We hope you found that useful. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us this evening. It's been nice to hang out with you. And you've got the booking link. You've got the booking link 24 minutes before anyone else. So go get your place sorted. And there's 24 hours priority booking for those on the wait list. And then we launch, and you guys here, and then we launch general bookings at 9 p.m. tomorrow night.
And if you have any questions, or you wake up at 3 in the morning and think, oh, I should have asked that, write it down, go back to sleep, and then drop us a message. You can either email us, you can contact any of us on Facebook or in the awesome Facebook community as well. Just drop us a line, because chances are if you're thinking it, somebody else will be as well. So let's build that community from the get-go. But we're here to help. Don't worry about anything. We do payment plans as well. That usually comes up as one of the questions. If you don't have all the cash right now, we can break it down into chunks. Yeah, we find ways to make it happen for you. So if you need anything at all, please do reach out. Fab.
Nice.
If there are no more questions, I'd just like to say thank you so much. And I know Carrie-Ann will be saying thank you too. And we look forward to seeing you either in May or on an awesome retreat very soon.
Thanks very much, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you.